taking an inorganic substance does not help. And compounded by a carcinogen, worse. We find at the end the Ayurvedic, they uses milk and copper to treat diabetes. We find that the Chinese and Japanese uses starches to combat disease. The herbs are for the healing of the nations. Well, if we do not want to accept that because it is too simple, but God said it, the ecclesiastical dictates, which says, the herbs are for the healing of the nations. In the book of Genesis, in the book of Ezekiel, in the book of Revelation, it is stated in 3 different parts in the Bible that the herbs are for the healing of the nations. Well, one would easily ask what went wrong. If the herbs are for the healing of the nation, and God is saying it, what could have gone wrong that caused us to detour from that? This question has been answered? No. They have not been answered. We find that the herbs contain carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. And what does that have to do with anything? It has a lot to do with everything.
Even Jesus knew about herbs. So when did it change?
They complement every gene on the planet because it is the only diet that has been put together without the presence of lactic, carbonic, or uric acid. These acids are responsible for the amount of deterioration that occurs in the body. These 3 acids causes what is known as uncontrolled mitosis. So when we ingest foods that contain these acids naturally, we are running into trouble. This is why we had to create the African biomineral balance. Starch is not a food. Starch is known in the scientific world as carbonic acid. It's not a food. It creates another level on a reaction that produces sulfides in the body. Sulfides does one thing and one thing alone: rob you of your oxygen. And this is why many of our patients that is cancerous of the breast or of the reproductive organ are Muslims. If nature didn't make it, don't take it. If nature didn't make it, don't take it. Don't take it if nature didn't make it. This I heard from the mouth of some sisters in Philadelphia when I gave a speech. And they were right. You see, nature doesn't make anything with starch.